fellas, we're halfway through the year, and it's been a pretty good year for video games, right? All kinds of great games came out, and I think we already have a few Game of the Year contenders, and I want to talk about it. Why wait until the end of the year to talk about the games that came out now? I'm gonna forget. That's why today, I'm gonna rank every game that I've played in 2023 so far. Now, this is not every game that came out in 2023. You're gonna see some games that came out before, but this is every game that I had a chance to play in 2023. We're going to be ranking every game I've played this year, and one I didn't. I did not play The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. However, I still feel qualified to talk about it, so I'm going to rank it, and you can't stop me. Let's start with Resident Evil 4. Now, RE4 came out to a lot of acclaim, and one really weird Crowcat video where he was just like, look at the lighting, and everybody's like, yeah, it's different. Everybody liked RE4, but was it really that good? It was very different. It didn't really capture the spirit of the original, but I do think it was very good. I do dock points because it's not original, right? They just took an old game and they made it better. I think we put it like here. I'll give it like an 8. They added stuff to it, but I feel like working with a base that's already good just kind of gives you some bonus points. That's all recent Capcom. Yeah, but that doesn't make it okay. These are great games, but like, I don't know. I don't know about you guys. Whenever I play Resident Evil, and this is true of a lot of collectathons, but it happens to be Resident Evil more because the game has so many like things you can unlock. When I play it, I'm like, oh yeah, I love this. I'm halfway through the campaign, but I'm gonna play it 8 times. I'm gonna unlock every gun. I'm gonna get every piece of gold, every treasure, every reward. I am going to get everything in the game. And then I just don't. I just kind of get bored on the second one. I always stop like halfway through. I started my second playthrough and couldn't get past the second half. Yeah. Which is weird because I beat Resident Evil 8 3 times. I think Resident Evil 4, for me, felt a little bit too survival-y and not as action-y, which is why I ding it a little bit. I didn't like it as much as, like, you know, a little different, but... Let me get this out of the way. Humanity is Lemmings. Have you played Humanity, guys? It's pretty fun. I picked it up because I thought it would be funny, and it kind of was. In the game, you play God, who is a dog, and you guide humanity to greater, greener pastures. I played it for a little bit, and I really liked it, but I don't know if anybody else actually played it. I think it was from the guy that made Rez or something, or I keep mistaking this for Humankind. Tetris Effect and Rez. Yeah. I don't think it's as good as those. I think Tetris Effect and Rez were kind of like transformational. This game's good though. I'll put it like here. Oh, let me get this shit out of the way. So last year's rankings, I said I did not play The Devil in Me yet, and wouldn't you know it, I played it over the end of the year. This game fucking blows. I don't know if you guys care about the Dark Pictures Anthology, but it's really fucking bad. I had a lot of hope for this developer, and they should just stick to making the big shit, dude. If they need the small shit to make the big shit, then just attach yourself to Sony and let it be. Because Until Dawn was great, and The Quarry was fantastic. And these games are dog shit. All of them are bad. Every single time, I was like, you know what? Maybe the next one will be good. The one good one, the one decent one, was the desert one. House of Ashes was pretty good. But the rest are bad. Just bad. I forgot about Triple H. Yeah, this game does have Triple H in it, though, as a mass murderer. So, yeah, if you guys are interested in that, the game. Yeah. Like, nobody gives... I feel like none of you guys have even heard of this. These series are so niche. I don't even know if it's hipster bait. That doesn't feel right to say. Bad and unpopular. Put it down here. Let's get Tunic out of the way. No. Yeah, we'll do Tunic. Tunic's an older game. Tunic came out a few years ago. Zelda-like. Cute game. Well made. I played it because all my friends said it was really good. And I didn't actually beat it. I got like 75% of the way through. I haven't beaten the game, but it seems to me like it's trying to do this thing where, like, back in the day, like, if you, like, imported a game from, like, Japan and you tried to play it, you wouldn't understand what's going on, but you would figure it out through the game mechanics. This game has a lot of that, where there's, like, a different language that you have to parse through with the manual. It's kind of a neat thing. I don't know if that's the point. That's the vibe I got with the red, green, blue. I was like, oh, like a CRT. That's the whole game's gimmick. That's what I thought. That's the vibe I got, but I didn't beat the game. Okay, good. Damn, then I understand theory. I'm pretty smart. See? I understood the meta-narrative, and I didn't even beat it. Anyway, this game wasn't as good as people said. It's okay, and it's very pretty, but it was being made for like 8 years. Didn't need that. Also, nobody cares about it. This is an internet darling. It was a solo project for a lot of its dev. See, that's the issue, bro. I feel like that game, like, if you released it 5 years before it came out, maybe not 5 years, but, like, 3 years before it came out, it would have banged. But these games take so long to make, but by the time they come out, they're just not that great. Pizza Tower-ass game? You don't say! Let's talk about this real quick, bro. So, I thought this game would be bad. I did not think Pizza Tower would be good. I thought that this game was going to be a game that hipsters pretended to like. I had this game firmly down here. Maybe not down here. Maybe like here. And I played the demo, and I'm like, yeah, this is really, like, it's a good start, but there's no way it stays good. And I played the whole game, and I was like, holy fuck, this is phenomenal. And it's so far, it's my game of the year. And I guess I'm spoiling that already with these other games up here, but good fucking lord, dude. This game is fantastic. Nobody gives a shit about it. I have not seen a normal person talk about this game one time. Straight up. The internet does love him. It's so good, though. Normies are wrong. I mean, listen, dude. I don't think a Wario Land game is that appealing to a broad demographic. See, this is the game that's going to piss people off, because I'm going to post this on the internet, and people on Twitter are going to be like, what do you mean? I see everybody talking about Pizza Tower. And it's like an account with like 5,000 followers that follows 5,000 people, and all they talk about is Pizza Tower. Like, I feel like it's just, it's an echo chamber. Twitter hates this game now, though. Oh, because of the guy? No, because of the fans. Oh, good. Yeah, those fans are fucking weird. Oh, is he weird? No. The creator said some edgy shit on the internet years ago, and people dug it up. I don't know. I might be wrong, though. That was my understanding of it, but regardless, I don't give a shit about that. The game's really good. All right, you guys said Storyteller. This game blows. So Storyteller I had on a bounty. I played it for an hour, and I actually really liked it. Not a joke. I played Storyteller for an hour, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. But I saw everything the game had to offer in that hour. Wait, I thought it was good. It was, but it ran out of shit. I was near the end, at the end of my bounty. Don't you like short games? Not this short. Because it's not like it was short and kept changing. Like, it was short, and it showed all of its tricks in an hour. The first hour is fantastic. You're like, oh, this is cool. And then you play it for a second hour, and you do all the stuff you did in the first hour because they blew their load, and they don't have anything left. And then you keep playing for an hour, and then it's over. It's fine. I'll put it dead center. For 15 bucks, I'll put it right there. But nobody knows about it, so I'm probably going to put it down here. I don't think it's bad. I think it's fine. I'll put it dead on the axis. 15 bucks for a little over an hour of gameplay, though? Yeah, I think that's fine. I would pay $15 for, like, an hour and a half of gameplay if the gameplay is novel. And I do think this is novel and interesting. Hollow Knight is $15. Okay, motherfucker, you can't do that. The Witcher 3 is $5. Left 4 Dead 2 goes on sale for 99 cents. We can't just be like, oh, they're cheap games, by the way. You could go on Nintendo Switch Online, which you probably have already, and play Mario 64 again. Just do that. Hi-Fi Rush, you think? Kinda corny, but in a good way. In like a Saturday cartoon, not a anime way. Pretty good. Getting DLC and updates and shit too. A little overrated in my humble opinion. People really want this game to pop off, which is great, right? It's an indie game. People want it to succeed, want it to be good. But I don't know if it was that crazy. It's not really indie. Well, okay, it's fake indie, but you get what I'm saying. Yes, it's good that this game exists. I'm glad that it is allowed to live. I'll put it high, but not that high. Probably like there, I think. For me, perfect 7 out of 10. And I usually like these games. I like these kind of games. In terms of popularity, is it bigger than Pizza Tower? See, this is where things get all fucky. I'll put it like there. I still think it was somewhat niche, so I'll put it like there because it didn't like catch on with mainstream, right? But probably like here. Let's just do the old shit. Mario Party Advance. I got recommended this game from a friend of mine that you might know. His name is Alfred, and he said, this game is so funny. LOL. It's a bunch of mini games, and you have a story mode, and it is so silly. Omega lol. I'm doing him a bit of a disservice here, because he said the game is silly, and I might like it, but it's also very annoying. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, you're probably going to hate it at one point. And I was like, okay. And I played it, and I did hate it. I did rage quit. No, wait a minute. I did not rage quit this game. I got like 80% of the way through the game, and then I just overwrote my save state. I didn't rage quit. I just wasn't going to start over. What makes it annoying? So the game, the way that it works is you play a bunch of Mario Party minigames, and if you fail one, you lose a life. And if you lose 3 lives, you start the whole game over. So it's like a roguelike. And you can save some progress, but not all.
So you rage quit.
No, I did not rage quit, dear chatter. What actually happened was I went over my save state. I wasn't going to repeat 9 hours of progress, especially because chat was making me watch Family Guy funny moments in the corner because they didn't like the game. I liked the game. Chat didn't like the game. I was watching Subway Surfers and Family Guy funny moments and Mario 64 speedruns. This game is not good. I don't think that's a surprise to you guys. It was probably good back then, not now. In terms of popularity, I'll put it down here. Because it is Mario Party at the end of the day, but it is a Game Boy Advance game. It's probably here. Let's do Atomic Heart. More like Atomic Fart. Oh, I don't have my fart button. I thought Atomic Fart was so funny, and I thought it was tongue-in-cheek, and I thought it was being very silly. I straight up thought this game was self-aware and being goofy as shit, and I loved it for that. But what's crazy is that, so I'm going to spoil this game for you, okay? And I'm going to speak to the true gamers out there. I will never forget the plot twist of this game. So this whole game, you're being guided by someone who's telling you what to do, right? Somebody's like, oh, you have to go here and then do this and then do that, do this, do that. Very Bioshocky, right? They're going to betray you at the end. They're not who they say they are. You're going to shoot all these people and you're going to grow a bond and then it's going to be Bioshock. Turns out, the end of the game is not Bioshock. It's Prey. In the last 30 seconds, it's like, I'm Bioshock, I'm Bioshock, I'm Bioshock. Never mind, I'm Prey. The thing in your arm is actually like a symbiote that takes over the world, and it was testing your resolve or some shit. Now, if you don't know the Prey ending, don't look it up. I think you should play Prey. Prey is a fantastic game. Even though I just spoiled it for you, you should really play it. Prey is fantastic. But yeah, this game really threw me for a loop in that it pretended to be one thing, and then it was another. And I thought it was all in good fun. I thought the game was self-aware. I thought we were joking about how silly it was. There's like sex and exploitation everywhere. The hot robot ladies. I'm spoiling the game big here. It turns out that one of the robot ladies is your wife, and the guy that has them is the prime minister, and he split your wife into 2 consciousnesses, and he sleeps with both of them. That is explicitly mentioned. The guy is sleeping with a robot that is fashioned after your wife. Your dead wife, I should say. So I thought the game was like over the top ridiculous. I thought this game was like, wow, this game is very silly and in a funny way. But as the game goes on, you get this sinking feeling that like, oh, they're not joking? None of this is ironic. We're not being satirical. This is like a power fantasy. It got very strange. But I did complete the game, and I think I 100%. And by virtue of simply beating the game, it's like here. In terms of being good, it was pretty popular when it came out. Nobody talks about it now, but I think that's more just single-player games in general. It feels really gross to put this up here. It feels, I want you guys to know, it feels really gross to do this. It should not be in the same row as RE4. Dude, if I put this here, people are going to just take this screenshot and make a lot of assumptions about me as a person. More clickbait, so either way it helps. These are my genuine feelings. I thought it was a 6 out of 10. I think it's a 6 out of 10 game. Chicken Little for the Nintendo GameCube. I would probably rank this higher if not for that Alien Abbey level. This level was a war crime. I played this game in a speed run against Alpharad. We both did a thing where we played this game, and whoever beat the game first won. And it's like a 3-hour game. And I was on this level for maybe 30 minutes of the 3 hours. Still mad Coney through at the very end. Dude, the end of the game is Halo. I thought there was a gap in the floor. This is me, locked in a battle with Alpharad, 3 hours and 4 minutes into a speed run. Look at this shit. Now, I wasn't looking forward, okay? I saw the gap, and in my eye, I thought this was darkness. I thought this was a gap in the floor. I thought it was just, I would perish. I thought it was a hole. How would I know that that was the floor? Also, that's a fire truck. I don't know how it got that out of control to begin with. I lost the speed run this way, by the way. I was ahead by quite a bit, and then my car careens off the side with some very unrealistic physics. It doesn't matter, okay? Regardless, this game is a buggy piece of shit. But I do love this era when you would just take a game license and just put a lot of other games on top of it. You take like a game license, like a Disney movie, and then you just put like 8 different genres and smaller games. And I did technically complete it, so it does go higher. Is it better than Atomic Heart? I would give this game a 6.5 out of 10, I think. We'll put it right there. So Outlast Trials is another Outlast game. Outlast 1 changed the game. Outlast 2 was a huge steaming pile of dog shit. It was so bad. It was so bad, and it spoiled my idea of the game forever. Outlast Trials is them trying to make an Outlast game, but multiplayer. So it's kind of like one of those horror mazes that you go to with your friends at Halloween. And then you're like, no, you go first. You go first. There's a guy. Oh, there's a guy behind us. So that's Outlast Trials. You just kind of push yourself through these scary challenges. But the problem with these games is that horror games with a group of people always get less scary, and you really just kind of see through the matrix. You're like, oh, that robot is really stupid. But then the game becomes very funny. Like, if it could go from scary to funny, that's great. It is a better game than I thought it would be. I'd probably put it up here, probably alongside Tunic. And Outlast is pretty popular. I'm satisfied with my purchase, and I'm only early access. There's not that many levels yet. It's a solid 7 out of 10. So you remember before when I was talking about Resident Evil 4, and I was like, damn, this is just a remake. Feels like nothing new is in it. We didn't need this game, dude. I didn't need Dead Space as a remake. I think I got 40% through the game, and I just stopped playing it because I was like, I've played this. If you've never played Dead Space, it's great. I have played Dead Space. I was like, You know what I think is the problem? If you've played the first Dead Space, I want you to close your eyes and imagine what old Dead Space looks like. This is not what I thought. When I think of old Dead Space gameplay, it looks fantastic. To me, old Dead Space looks like a modern game, like AAA. Now the remake obviously looks better. Much better. There's a lot more atmosphere. But I don't think you needed it because the original was still super highly regarded. The gameplay isn't that unique that we needed another one. So to me, it's like, what's the point? And for that reason, I don't know if I put it above Atomic Heart, dude. I think it is objectively a better game, but I beat Atomic Heart. I've already played Dead Space. I didn't want to play this again. I think this is what I'm gonna do. Let's go ahead and we gotta add some qualifiers. If you played the original game, I think that shit goes here because I did not need to play that. However, if you have not played Dead Space, right, it goes like here. Good game, very good game, but it's just the same thing. All right, let's do Jedi Survivor. If you're a regular on the Coney stream, okay, you would know I was so excited for Jedi Survivor. I really loved Fallen Order. I don't even like Star Wars, but I love the idea, and this is one of my 10 funny phrases on my stream. I love the idea of more accessible, easier Souls games that anybody can play with different licenses and different themes and different settings, right? So I really wanted to play Fallen Order 2, and I played Jedi Survivor, and one of the things about Fallen Order is it felt extremely lean. It was like a perfect filet mignon, right? This game felt way too fucking big. This thing's like a porterhouse. I'm sick of open world games, dude. And I think the issue was in Fallen Order, because it felt smaller, it felt like all the collectibles and the exploration and stuff didn't piss me off. But in this game, you really just get lightsaber upgrades. And I'm not LARPing as a Jedi. I don't give a shit what color my lightsaber is or if my transmitter is a different shape. You did get some things like skill points and whatever. That's not the point. The point is that Jedi Survivor felt way too fucking big, and I'm very sad because I was really looking forward to this game. This is the second... I'm going to spoil it. You ready? It's not really a spoiler. Darth Vader comes back. Except in the first game, you run away from him. In this game, he just kind of gets cucked. It just felt so cheap. Darth Vader is at the end of the first game, and it's like, oh, fuck. And he shows up at this game, and he's like, this again? Why him again? I get it. He's strong. Couldn't we get some other big villain? Like Jabba? YouTube hasn't heard my Jabba impression. Hey, YouTube, check this out. Ready? Ho, ho, ho. Piso, pito, capito, noco. Ho, 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 ho. That one almost went a little bit off the rails on that. I'd say, I mean, it's Star Wars, dude. Probably here. I don't think it's more popular than RE4, but I think it's like here. It's Star Wars, dude, and EA, yeah. Two more games, And you know what? Let's get it out of the way. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I'm gonna put this here. I have not played this game. I have not played a single minute of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. If you know anything about me, if you've been on the channel for long enough, you know that I am a vicious hater of Breath of the Wild. I can see that it is objectively a pretty good game, but it felt unfinished. It felt like a tech demo to me. This big, vast open landscape. The weapon durability system makes it so I don't want to use any of my good weapons. It relies on the user's creativity to do cool shit, and it gives you this sandbox, but I just got annoyed. It's just this big-ass sandbox, and it pretends like there's cool shit, right? You know how in Elden Ring, you'll, like, hear this beautiful singing? You're like, what the fuck is that? You go over, and it's this ugly-ass bat vampire guy, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And then you kill all of them, and you get a really cool item. In The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, you see a camp, and it's the same enemies that are every fucking where else, because the game only has 6 enemies, and you go over there, you kill all those monsters, and then you get, like, a fire sword that will break in 5 encounters. And since there's no XP, or really any reason to fight anything in Breath of the Wild, I didn't want to do anything. The only thing I wanted to do were the shrines. Because that at least has some tangible upgrade, right? I'm getting something for it. I did not like Breath of the Wild at all. I got very bored, and I stopped playing. I am a Breath of the Wild hater. I think it is impossible to not appreciate what Tears of the Kingdom has done. I think this game looks fantastic. I think this is a very good game. It's not for me, because I'm not one of those people who likes building shit. I don't want to, like, put a thing on a thing and be creative and get to the end of a thing. But I can appreciate that this game lets people do that. It is impossible to ignore the achievement that is Tears of the Kingdom. It's not for me, and I don't like it. But getting this shit to run on a Switch is literal magic. I do think that it's just I think that Tears of the Kingdom kind of just put Gary's mod on Zelda in the same way that Breath of the Wild just felt like Zelda's take on, like, an open world, like, Ubisoft game. And that's not a bad thing, because they executed it well, but was it really that revolutionary? Yes, by execution, maybe not by concept, but who gives a shit, right? Like, at the end of the day, it's a great game. But this, again, this is just as somebody who hasn't played it, who just is seeing it through other people's playthroughs. Can you rank Starfield also? You know what? I will. Tears of the Kingdom enemy variety is also insane. Yeah, pretty much everything that I think I would hate about... Because, like, it's not about the weapon endurance or the durability in Breath of the Wild that I didn't like. It was the fact that, like, there wasn't actually cool shit to do. It pretended like there was. And then you would do the thing, and then you don't get anything for it. But in Tears of the Kingdom, it does look different. I'll probably put it... I don't know if it's fair to say it's better than RE4 when I haven't played it, but probably up here. I think Zelda fans got their game, and I'm happy for you. Seriously. I think a lot of people, you know, kind of, not to make it about me, but a lot of people, I think, would write me off just to call me, like, a Breath of the Wild hater, contrarian, whatever. No, I just thought it should be good. And I think this is good. I think this is a good game. Then play it? No, I'm not playing that shit. This game, it's a good game. It's not for me. I will not have fun with this game. I don't want to be creative and spend 20 minutes building a robot that I'm not going to like or use. You know what I mean?
I used to think you were crazy for calling Boto Tech.
Do you see what I mean?
After playing talk, I saw exactly what you mean.
Yes.
It's crazy how much it improved everything.
I was fucking right. The whole time I was right. I tried to tell you, but you didn't want to listen. I've been right since Breath of the Wild came out. Why would you ever go back and play Breath of the Wild now? I have to give it up. You do. You should give it up. Now, this is the new hotness, right? It's the new game that came out, and I don't think it's any secret that I love this goddamn game. I mean, Street Fighter definitely. I can't, like, bait or, like, set this up. You know it's good, and you know it's popular. For me, personally, I've got it up here right now, but I don't know if it's objectively better than these games. It's just I was in the right place in my life to play this right now. Like, me, subjectively speaking, I wanted to play a Street Fighter game. Yeah, I think Street Fighter 6 goes here for me personally. Is Street Fighter 6 more popular than Star Wars? Not Star Wars as a series, but Star Wars as a game. Maybe. I don't think it's bigger than Resident Evil. I'll put it like here. But it's my second favorite game of the year so far. All right, let's do Starfield. Okay, Starfield, I think, is going to be extremely popular. I think that shit mid as hell, bro. I think that goes here. We all saw you during the presentation. Yeah, they said that it would do a lot of things. Todd named like 50 things the game can do, and the more that they put in, the more I'm like, this is gonna sound crazy, but I can't actually fathom Starfield being good. Dude, me too. I can't get it into my brain that they can make this game work. And maybe I'm wrong. Pikmin I don't think Pikmin has ever missed. And they haven't had that many games. I mean, I don't count the DS ones. I got Pikmin here. For me, better than Resident Evil 4, but barely. Yeah, like there. It's definitely bigger than Hi-Fi Rush, but not by that much. This is the list. This is the games in 2023 and where I would rank them so far. Currently, Pizza Tower is my game of the year, and I think it will stay there. All right, let's send it. Perfect. It's their problem now. It sure is. And is it your problem? Let me know in the comments below. What did you think? This lasted like 2.5 hours on my stream. So if you want full context, you got to come to the stream, not the YouTube video. You got to spend more time looking at me. Come to the stream and yell at me there. Like all these people. Look at all these people screaming at me. They're so mad. Let's laugh at them. See you next time. Goodbye, YouTube. Look at that guy. Look at the cat in the face. He made the face. That cat's jumping. That's so funny.